Why, hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Sorry. Hopefully you all had a great Christmas. I had a good Christmas. It was good. And we are going to go into Plaza of Conquest. So let's get started and go talk to Lazo.
You want a portal stone, really? Yes, I am the stone keeper. You know what that means? It means I'm responsible for keeping the portal stones out of the hands of our enemies. You might have recommendations from all manner of dignitaries, but mere words are not enough to convince me. I'll need more to go on before I give you a portal stone. We have a long and distinguished history here in Dragonspyre, and can't let any riffraff get access to our academy. You must demonstrate your worthiness. Go, speak with Xana Fireflower elsewhere in the Plaza of Conquests. If she gives you a recommendation, we'll speak more.
Stand up straight, soldier! You need a recommendation? I reserve the right to hand that out, soldier, until I see what you're capable of. Now snap to it! Attention! Now listen up, and listen well, soldier. I led our forces from my tower, but now foul beasts have overtaken our base. They're led by Sisyphon, as foul and powerful a creature as you've ever faced. Do you hear me? I will not rest until the army's threat has passed, in this and every world. Now go and secure that perimeter, and you will have your recommendation. Do you understand me, soldier?
Okay, that was the most weirdest, situation I have ever had. So we're going to battle this... I don't know exactly how you say that. I'm just call him Sis, I guess you could say. Kind of like system, but not really. I think I'm just gonna run to him. I think he's in a tower if I remember correctly. I will see you guys over there.
What's this? Did someone order room service? This one looks tasty.
Now, that's fine work, soldier. Here's your recommendation. You've earned it. You served your country well. Dismissed.
Xana hands you a letter of recommendation.
You've served your unit well, soldier. Now hustle over to the Stonekeeper and report for duty there. Step lively.
I'm impressed by your resourcefulness. Before too long, I'll be the one saluting you. The general's recommendation is not enough to get you what you're after, not by far. I want to see a second recommendation, and not one you can get with the wave of your wand. Go, speak with Helena Warhawk. She is our historian laureate, the greatest historian of Dragonspyre. You'll find her within the Tower of War.
I don't think anyone's interrupted my studies in years. So you want to learn about Dragonspyre, do you? Knowledge does not come easy, especially in time of war. This is the Tower of War, a place where we store our knowledge of the principles of war to help you in battle. Go down the stairs behind me. Read the stories found on the bottom floor, and those should serve as the foundation for all the rest of our knowledge. Return to me when you have grasped those foundations of our war lore.
By the way, there's 3 battles you have to do in this dungeon for this book, so it took me a bit of time because it was so time consuming.
King Monet united Dragonspyre by moonlight, when Gavarina's flames inspired the most awe. Dragonspyre's power comes from the fire tree at its center. Thus, the center has the strongest defenses. Lion challenged the council in broad daylight. The greatest treachery occurs when the sun shines. The Council of Wizards, Warriors, and King was first formed under the light of the moon to avoid spying eyes. For flames to inspire awe, it is best to attack when this shines. Dragonspyre's power and defenses center around this. Betrayal can happen at any time, even when this shines. When you need to avoid spying eyes, try to meet when this shines. The best war is won before the first spell is cast.
Well, that was an interesting little tidbit. very interesting. Let's talk with Miss Hawkwar here.
Impressive! You've learned our ways better than any outsider ever has. I can rest easy knowing that our wisdom lives on in you. Tell the Stonekeeper you have my recommendation.
Helena hands you a letter of recommendation.
You're finished here. I'm more than satisfied with your efforts. If only my former students had shown such vigor in their studies. You should return to the Stonekeeper. I'm certain he's got more for you.
Yet again, you win over one of my colleagues. If Dragonspyre Academy had a dozen students like you, this place would not lay in ruins. These statues represent Dragonspyre's greatest foes. Like a whetstone to a blade, they sharpened the skills of the warriors of Dragonspyre. We honored them with combat. You must first defeat the Grand Champion of Rydal the Indomitable. He conquered the Duchy of Sebastian and forced the Duke into rebellion. Rydal's champion made it possible. You're no match for him yet, though. You need to learn his way of combat, and for that, you need to go speak to Mavra Flamewing.
So, you've come to learn the greatest of arts, the art of war. You don't look very impressive, but I'm hoping that you've got some hidden reserve of strength. I'm the master of defense here in Dragonspyre. I teach the means of protection. A shield is just as much a weapon as the sword. You need to think of defensive magic as another form of attack, aimed at your foe's attack. You can't rely at all on one kind of defense. A cunning enemy will switch attacks to overcome your protection. You must be quick to change tactics based on what is happening in the battle. Think of it as a game of battle ball. Your shield must always be moving to reflect back the attack. I could spend years teaching you about defense, but time is short. If you haven't grasped the basics, you're hopeless. Meet me in my tower, and we'll see what you've picked up. Don't get cocky, young wizard. You've learned the art of the attack, but what happens when you cannot land an attack on your opponent? Defense is the key to survival. Defend yourself. I'm impressed. You've got an instinct for saving your own hide. That's a good thing. Surviving a battle is the most important part.
The Master of Defense is a harsh taskmaster, but if you're here now, it means you learned something. Good. You're not finished yet, though. Even the strongest warrior cannot squeeze blood from a stone, but a student who is wise can get knowledge from a statue. This statue is one of our greatest enemies, Garrock Shaleheart. He and his army of earth elementals fought our armies to a standstill on the plain of shattered shields, and for that we honor him among our own. You must summon and defeat Garrock's greatest champion in combat to show that you're capable of upholding the proud military tradition of Dragonspyre. Go to the crystal stand and place this crystal upon it. Concentrate for a moment. The spirit stored within it will then manifest in physical form. Excellent. He was among Garrock's greatest warriors. I fought him to a standstill on the battlefield, and now you put him in his place. Though we of Dragonspyre are proud, we are not foolish. Though we prefer open and direct fights, we are not ignorant that our enemies will use magical traps to defeat us. So now, a part of the course of studies here is to learn the ways of traps. You must learn these lessons well in order to face Dronic the Shrouded Wizard.
Okay, we are finally level 48. I am super happy about that. I'm gonna pause to see what my professor has to say, and then I will come back to Dragonspyre to continue our quest line here with Mr. Sandar. So, I will see you guys at Mr. Sandar once I'm done with my professor. Okay, we finally got a Forest Lord at level 48. So that is what, if you are a life character and you're wanting to get a Forest Lord eventually, you will get it at level 48. But you also need to have Grizzleheim unlocked apparently, so you had to grab the quest from Headmaster Ambrose to get to Grizzleheim, and then literally find a friendly character and poof to wherever you need him. Or wherever your, whatever his face was that you have to defeat in Grizzleheim, in that area. And you'll eventually go back to Mushu to summon it, and then you go back to your Professor Melinda, and you actually get your spell. Sorry. We're right here next to Mr. Sandar, so let's talk to him and see what he has to say.
So you've come to learn the methods of strategic warfare, fighting with the brain and not just your wand. I'm the master of strategy here in Dragonspyre, and it's my duty to see that our students are fully versed with the means of using traps effectively in combat. Each spell you cast could be your last, so you should make them as effective as you can. A trap makes your foe take more damage, so why wouldn't you cast one? The ultimate goal of combat is to remove your foe from the field of battle, and the trap is a shortcut to that end. You've used traps before, I'm certain, but this is where you learn to use them well. Brace yourself. This might sting a little. You're a powerful young wizard, I'll grant you that. But let us see how you fare against one who spent his lifetime mastering the use of traps. You surprise me. I figured you'd fold like a piece of origami. Instead, you handled yourself like a warrior born. Take these lessons to heart.
You defeated him. I'm at a loss, actually. It took a league of Dragonspyre's wizards and warriors to defeat him when he breached the throne room of Dragonspyre. I did not think it possible that you could have done so much on your own, but now that I've seen your power, I think you are the one we've been waiting for. I hid the last portal stone in the lowermost vault of the Great Chasm during the Titan Army's assault. The librarian shall help you find your way. Once you've recovered it from there, bring it back, and I'll activate it for you.
You need to find something within the Great Chasm? Oh my. You might want to consider other options. It's rather dangerous, you know. Well, it's not my place to keep students from risking their lives, so I'll tell you what I know. Unfortunately, that's very little when it comes to the geography of the Great Chasm. I can tell you, however, that the last I heard, there was someone there who may be of help. Seek Belia Windgazer out within the Great Chasm. She'll help you find what you seek.
Okay, I think we'll pause here for now. And hopefully, I don't know if this goes back into the Grand Chasm or if we end up going into the Grand Chasm after this episode. I don't know. Or if we continue in Plaza of Conquest. I don't remember this entire main quest line at all. But anyway, we will continue that in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching thus far. If you are liking my content, please like, subscribe, or comment. Your feedback is always welcome on my channel. And have a Merry Christmas, everyone. And I will see you next time. Bye.